All right. I've figured out the main cause of why I felt the way I do, and it started during the trip when I think when it's high sodium foods. I normally don't have very many of those. Normally, I mean, I'd have them once in a while as a treat, but it was a treat. It wasn't something that I was having constantly. My blood pressure is usually really good, and I forgot the blood pressure cuff. But my blood pressure is usually really good, you know, somewhere between, on the top number, somewhere between 121 and maybe 130. And the bottom number, somewhere between 70 and 80, right? But when I went to the hospital a couple nights ago, they were having a hard time with the equipment, but it was kind of giving inconsistent readings. But the top number was never below 135. There were a couple times they did it that the top number was 156, which is really up there. Well, for me it is. I mean, that's for anyone that's kind of high, or anyone that's pretty high, but it's for me that's particularly high. I've never had blood pressure that high. You know, like I said, I usually keep on top of that. And I was saying to the doctors, "Oh, that's alarming." And they're going, "Oh, that's not that bad." I'm like, "Well, no, that's alarming for me." Now, maybe they thought I was lying because I'm heavy, and a lot of heavy people have hypertension. I haven't. I've been really good with that. I also haven't had problems with my glucose. I continually keep up with my glucose. I'm just looking. The reason I pointed, I'm looking over at the other part of the kitchen where I tested it, and it's been great. It's been just fine. No issues with my glucose whatsoever. So, and in fact, since I've lost this. God, I think I've lost 17 pounds in the past couple of weeks. You know, the glucose levels are even better than they were, but they never were bad at all. They weren't even on the pre-diabetic levels. It was always good. And so, you know, I've been to try to make myself feel better. I've been, you know, I kind of got in the habits of when I was on the trip. And it's like, no. And one of the worst ones would be Subway. Now, I think the worst place to eat as far as sodium content is Arby's. Arby's is nasty about the sodium. And in fact, when I made a video when I was at Arby's, people were saying, "Oh, you don't want to eat there. You know, you could get sick or whatever." You know, people talking about things, and I said, "Well, the main thing there is the sodium." Well, I knew then that it was the sodium, you know, but I just didn't think about that it could affect me that quickly. So I'm going to go back to cooking most of the time. So lots of rice, shrimp, steamed broccoli, steamed zucchini, steamed green beans, just a lot of steamed vegetables, you know, with rice, and then maybe shrimp or chicken. Whether I get baked chicken or I might. Sometimes they have really good deals where that you get a rotisserie chicken for like $5, and it can last you a long time. And when you compare how much you pay to just get a raw chicken the same size, it's just like, well, it's about the same price, so why not get it when it's already on the rotisserie? Now, they have salt on that to some degree, but it's just on the outside. You take off the skin part, and it's just like I mean, the amount of salt that's going to be in there is well, kind of negligible in contrast. Probably won't do well, they don't have any of the stores where you can get the good deals on the little frozen salmon anyway, so I probably won't be able to do that. I used to go to Safeway, and they'd have a deal. You spend $5 and get a bunch of frozen little segments of salmon, and that's not available out here, so I probably won't be doing that. I mean, if I did it, it'd be expensive, and I'm not going to. I don't want to spend that much. So I'll probably be making some cooking videos too, being that my computer's almost set up. So I'll finally be able to use the other camera to make videos, and I could always hook the phone up to the computer, transfer the files to the phone, and then upload them from the phone, the same way that I do these videos. So I'll probably have them kind of low bit rate though, so it's just like on me. Well, on this I can't change the bit rate really, but on the computer I can have, you know, high res but still low bit rate. So anyway, so yeah, I need to do that. If the problem still continues and is persistent, I may end up. Well, I need to set up a primary care physician anyway. So, but I might talk to a doctor about getting something to, you know, lower the blood pressure, or maybe even a water pill, and then really have more water at that point. But you know, just something to get rid of some of this feeling, because it all makes sense as far as that goes. The way that I felt, the flushed face, even though, well, I do have a sunburn too, but on my face, but yeah, the certain type of, it's not a full-on dizziness, but it's just so hard to explain. It's just this way that you feel. It's rotten. And so wow, 6 minutes 50 seconds already. So yeah, I think I'll be able to take care of this issue. This is the underlying issue here. I am 90% sure of it. So if I can start getting that taken care of, then I think the rest of this will just all fall into place. So again, I normally had really good blood pressure, but doing this comfort food thing was a bad idea. Again, it's fine for a treat once in a while, but it's not something that you should have a lot of. So anyway.